Hi, my name is Sarah, and this is my final project for Python Methodologies. So I chose to look at a data file that is basically a bunch of suicide statistics, and the goal of this program is to understand suicide statistics in the context of age, generation, countries, sex, and year. So obviously, this is only a prototype and it only has a few functions, but obviously the goal would be to eventually get to a fully functional program that can visualize the data in all sorts of ways. This demonstration will only show a few of those possible ways. So let's just quickly go over the actual data file. So this is the file that I used. I got it from Kaggle and I edited it a little bit. There were some errors that needed cleaning up, and I took out any unnecessary rows. But basically, it just sorts a bunch of data points by country, year, and it's it shows suicide statistics. Wow, that's hard to say. From 1985 to 2016. So this is the data, and let's just quickly go over the different files we have. So first we have the custom library. This is the library that I wrote just to house a few of the different functions, and each of these functions display a different graph. So I used pandas to read the data file, matplotlib and seaborn to visualize the data and make it look appealing. I decided to use seaborn because you can choose like a different palette, and I just found that that was easiest. Then we also have the my deck class. So I thought that this would be kind of a fun way to implement object orientation and inheritance, and then also use a data structure. So basically, I decided to inherit the deck class from collections and just kind of add in one extra function, which basically just prints what you delete when you use pop left, which is a function for in the deck class that deletes the first item on the left. And the print first function that I wrote basically just prints that so that you don't have to actually write print. You can just call print first and it will do that for you. I thought that was just a good way to implement inheritance into my program. So now we can go over to the main program, and this is basically just where the user gets to decide what graph they want to see. And so let's demonstrate that now. So I'm going to run this program, and it says enter 1 for graph 1, 2 for graph 2, 3 for graph 3, 4 for data output file, or Q to quit. So let's enter 1 here. And so this is the first graph. It's the number of suicides by age group and sex. And this actually takes into consideration population proportions. So on the y-axis, we have suicides per 100K people instead of just the total population. So you can kind of get a better idea proportionally. And as you can see here, there's a couple of different things to analyze. You can analyze this data by sex, so you can see that obviously the male in every single age group, the male category is much higher in suicide rates than the females. And you can also analyze this data by age group. So you have the different age groups down here, and you can clearly see that 75 plus years of age is the highest risk for both males and females. So that was just one of the figures that you can look at. So now I'm going to run. Oh, and then as you can see here also, the program tells you that you viewed graph 1, number of suicides by age group and sex. So I'm going to run this again. And we're asked again which graph we want to see, so I'm going to enter 2. So this is the second graph, and this is the number of suicides between 1985 and 2016. And this actually categorizes each year by generation. So this is really interesting to me. I spent a lot of time looking at this graph and look at the implications of it. And what you can see, like as you start to look closely, is that like almost by the decade, you can really see a shift in proportions by generation and which ones have higher levels of suicide and which ones are just popping up. So for example, as you can see, like as you get into the 2010s, you can see tiny little ticks here that indicate Gen Z, and the Gen Z generation is obviously the youngest generation, so you won't see them in the older years, but as you come closer to the present, you see them pop up. And you'll also see here that there's a big shift. Let me just kind of show you this section. So as you can see here, as you get into the 2000s, you see that the millennials, all of a sudden, they kind of show up more on the graph. And you see that the Generation X rates start to decline. So you can actually see by the decade that the different generations are taking over in the different rates. So I thought this was a really interesting graph, and the more you look at it, the more you can learn from it. And let's go on to the third graph. So I'm going to run this again. So graph 3. So this is the last one that I made, and this shows the 10 countries with the most suicides. I also chose to give it a gradient so you could kind of more visually see the most to the least, even though these are still the top 10 countries. And I thought it was really interesting that the top 3 are dramatically more than the other top 10. And that would be the Russian Federation, the United States, and Japan. And then as you can see here, Poland and the United Kingdom are very close, and they're just under 200,000. And this graph shows the total number of suicides, so this doesn't take into consideration the population. So that's another thing to also consider, because that's really important when considering suicide rates, is the population in those countries. But I wanted to kind of just show like the total number for this graph, so that's what I did here. And so then another option when we run this program is to see the data output file that I created. So if I enter 4 here, it says data was written to the file named suicide data. Enter Q to quit, or you can type in the other graphs to see more data. So first we're going to look at the file. So I'm going to just open that here. So it's called suicide data. And basically this just kind of gives you a glimpse of the data. And so you have the head, which is like the first 5 data points, and then the tail, which is the last 5. And then we also have the descriptive statistics, which may or may not in some cases be meaningful or helpful. So for example, you have like the mean number of suicides. So in total, if you consider every single data point, on average there were 242 suicides for each data point. And then you also have like the min and the max. So some data points had 0 for that sex or year or age group. And there was one data point that actually had this many, which is a lot. So yeah, so this whole data file is kind of just to show a glimpse of the data, and the program writes to this file, as you can see here. And so as you can see, the program is still running, and we have the option to see another graph. So let's just say if I wanted to look at 2 again, 2 comes up here, and then if I close that, you'll see that it shows me that I viewed the text file and the graph, and then the program ends. So yeah, that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed my program, and I hope you enjoy taking a look at the code. Thanks for watching.